Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your September 2016 General Tarot Forecast. My name is Sky, and I'm here to deliver, hopefully, a really great reading for you guys. First off, I just wanted to say that I have officially opened my Etsy shop, and it's linked in the description box below. I hope that you guys will be able to go and check out the shop and enjoy its aesthetic, and maybe purchase a reading if you feel drawn to. Anyway, I do anticipate that if you choose. And also, as you can tell, I've chosen up my format in which I'm delivering readings. This will just be an audio recording for this month, but I hope in the future to kind of mix together audio and video once I create a space that is up to my standards, because I'm such a perfectionist. But for now, I think that this will be a great format, and I hope to deliver some messages that are really helpful to you guys. So anyway, let's see what's in the cards for Capricorn for the month of September 2016. I'm going to take a moment to take in your spread, and then I will begin to communicate that to you. Let's see. So I definitely think that September is going to be a memorable month for you, Capricorn. You've got two major arcana cards. And even though I usually look for three for like a major, huge deal of a month, two major arcana cards being the Lovers and the Tower, it definitely says that September is going to be an important chapter in your year of 2016. So first off, going into September, you're a really, to the exterior world, you seem very emotionally stable right now. You seem to have a lot of energy emotionally. And everyone might be trying to rely on you. I'm talking about the King of Cups right now. Because the King of Cups has mastered his emotional display, or his, there's I kind of like to interpret it in two different ways. I think that some people like to say that the King of Cups has mastered emotion in general, that he can call upon different emotions at different times, in the most mature of ways. He doesn't allow himself to feel emotions that are not beneficial. He doesn't allow himself to become emotionally dependent on people or things or anything. Likewise, there's also an interpretation that that's just his projection to the world, like people think that of him, even though it might not potentially be true. He may still feel all the emotions and not necessarily control them on the inside, but he seems completely controlled on the outside. So take that short description and apply that to yourself, whichever one seems to be more accurate for you. This can be it is in the upright position, so I don't think that anyone's going to take advantage of that necessarily. But you might want to watch out for people trying to depend on you emotionally too much. Like, don't let people tax you, don't let people drain you, because I think that it can be easy for the King of Cups to kind of slip into the reverse and become very emotionally drained. Both the King and Queen of Cups, but they deal in emotions. They don't deal in material. They don't deal in logic. They deal in emotion. So there's definitely going to be, I think, especially with the Lovers there too, there's going to be almost emotional transactions going on in your life right now. So, you might want to journal a bit and think about, how do I want emotional transactions in my life right now? Do I want, to create the system of barter almost through emotions? And there's a lot to think about for that right now, Capricorn. It's kind of an interesting topic to think about in general. And how does this mix further along with your reading? So you have the Lovers and the Tower in reverse, and it's good and bad. First of all, I love to see the Tower in reverse, because it's one of the more difficult cards in the tarot, and when it falls into reverse, it's like the worst is over. Like, whatever difficulties you may have been experiencing in the recent past, the worst is over. And now, at the top of the card is the foundation of the Tower. You now have the opportunity to rebuild whatever was unstable, whatever had fallen, and whatever had caused a lot of discord in your life. You now have the opportunity to rebuild it from the ground up. you're still left with daily reminders of the damage. You're still left with storms and clouds. But the actual climax of the scenario has ended, and you now have the opportunity to rebuild upon it. So, but you have a lot of responsibility because you don't want to rebuild a structure that is unstable like it was in the past for this process to just completely repeat like a cycle. You want to rebuild it on a solid foundation. And that's going to be, I think, your most important goal for the month of September, is to begin this process of rebuilding emotionally, financially, physically, academically even, on your foundation, something that will not fall down again in the future, or certainly not easily fall down in the future. As the Lovers goes in reverse, I think that it's kind of a bit more difficult than the Tower in reverse, because it does speak to love relationships. It speaks to decisions and choices in life that we don't necessarily have complete control over. Because if you see in the Lovers card, you have the man and the woman, and then you have the angel. And it sort of suggests that although they do have freedom, their futures are destined and fated, and there's, regardless of the small micro choices that they make on a macro scale, there's not a lot that they can change. And when this card falls into the reverse, it's like that topples over onto its head. All the micro decisions that you're making in your life are going to be extremely influential on the future and on the macro cosmic level of your life. Also, if there are people in your life right now who are trying to be puppeteers, who are trying to play the cards, who are trying to control others or you, it's going to become obvious. They're not going to be able to hide behind a facade. Any manipulative tactics that they perform right now will come to the surface, and you'll have the opportunity to see that. But then you'll have a lot of choices to make, and this could be leading into the Tower, that reverse Tower, where you have to create a healthy foundation. You know, you don't want to wind up in a similar situation in a few months from now, where you're being puppeteered again, maybe by a different person, or the same person with a different facade. You want to actually create a difference. I think that maybe the way that some of this may have played out for you guys, moving on into the Six of Cups in the reverse, it might be someone from your past, like long-term past, like I'm talking 10 plus years ago, maybe someone that goes back to your childhood or early teenage years. It could even be a family member, or someone that you kind of revere in a nostalgic light, like someone that it's difficult to have confrontation with because there are a lot of good memories, there's a lot of nostalgia. And maybe that makes it seem more faded or more unmovable, because maybe you can't have a confrontation with this person. Maybe the relationship is so hardened with time that it's really difficult to change the nature of communication. And, you know, you might feel like you just want to walk away. Like we have that Eight of Cups down at the bottom left, kind of being the foundation of this reading. I think, okay, this is an interesting thought that just hit me. I think a lot of Capricorns are wanting to walk away and start anew. Like you guys are wanting to leave behind your current lives, and you're wanting to rebuild it from the ground up. Because also look at that, you've got 2 8s on the foundation. That's amazing, and that's crazy to me. You've got that 8 of Cups and that 8 of Pentacles, and they're kind of a paradox of cards right there, because on the 8 of Cups you see that person walking away from the cups, but in the 8 of Pentacles you see the person rebuilding them anew. So it completely speaks, Capricorns might be moving, you guys might be taking on you might be moving across the country or even across the world, and you may not feel like you have and this could have been because of a huge confrontation where you just said, I'm not doing this, my life has evolved from this, and I am leaving and I'm starting anew. That's possible. Also, because you want to step into that King of Cups situation where you have control over your emotions, where you don't have to rely on any kind of emotional manipulation or be emotionally manipulated. So you just leave and you want to start over anew. You want to leave your past behind, even though you have a veneration for it from a nostalgic sense. You want to leave that behind and start anew. So that's really definitely making itself obvious to me right now. This could also talk to your career. Maybe you want to leave your job and you want to maybe start your own business. I can definitely see that with the Eight of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. It's like a big theme of the Eight of Cups is that you're leaving something behind that is secure, but it doesn't bring you fulfillment. It's like in the Eight of Cups, you see the person who leaves their six-figure job to take a risk with their own personal business. It's like they have that security, but they're not happy in it. And it's usually a really hard decision for them because, do I want to give up that six-figure salary and take such a big risk? It's like my future, my kids' future, my loved ones in general's future on this risk, on this leap of faith. So there's always a difficulty that comes with that decision in the Eight of Cups. But I think a lot of you guys are going to choose to leave because I see you building new things or creating products. I see you building things, and the Eight of Pentacles is all about starting your own business, and it also suggests that you're willing to put the time in. You're not going to be taking a vacation. You're wanting to leave the position that you're in right now to potentially work even harder than you were. Maybe this is where some of that conflict is coming from in your personal life. Maybe if you're married, your partner doesn't agree with you leaving your job right now and thinks it's too big of a risk. And maybe there were some manipulative tactics from either side that became obvious through this. Maybe your partner tried to manipulate you into keeping your job, and but they weren't able to hide behind a facade, and it became obvious, and this created a huge amount of conflict in which things completely fell to the ground. You may be considering a divorce or breaking up with the person that you... divorce is also a possibility for Capricorns in the month of September. I just want to put it out there. With the Lovers in reverse, with the Tower in reverse, and with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a huge divorce card. If I'm ever with a client and the Eight of Cups come up, I'm like, are you married and are you considering a divorce? I haven't seen that you will get a divorce, so I'm not going to set that in stone at all. And this only applies to a certain percentage of Capricorns out there, because obviously not all of my audience is married or even in a relationship right now. But you can also apply that to your career, really any topic that you want to. Like, you can kind of divorce yourself of your career, you can divorce yourself with an addiction or a habit, or you can divorce yourself from your partner. It's a general reading. But anyway... I don't want to say that September is just going to be a painful month for you, Capricorn, because the future is bright. There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, but there are a lot of things that you need to straighten out in the month of September. I'm mainly talking to the Lovers reversed and the Tower reversed. This desire that you have to walk away, make sure you do it in the highest possible way. Like, don't just leave unannounced. Don't manipulate. That applies to you too. Like, don't manipulate the people that you love only for your own benefit. Like, that will not serve you on a karmic level. You've got a lot of things that you just have to straighten up before you move on to this new project. A lot of new foundations that need to be built. A lot of things that exist behind the scenes that need to be brought to light. And through this, I think that you're going to be able to establish new nostalgic connections. You're going to make new friends, or even reach out to people from your past. People that you're ready to take on a relationship with again. And overall, if you can really rebuild this foundation, and if you can bring to light some of the behind-the-scene problems that exist in your life, you are going to be able... You might not even have to walk away if you do these things. You don't have to run from something that isn't a problem. I think that you can do it, Capricorn. I think that you have every ability. If you can create so much success for yourself like you have, there's a lot of success that exists in your life right now. There is a lot of material abundance. And if there's not, there has been. You know that you have that potential. You know, Capricorn is the most mature earth sign, and you guys have more ability than any other sign to create material abundance, to work hard and get paid well. Capricorn has the most ability to do that out of all the zodiac signs. So take some of that ability that you have on the material level and use it on an interpersonal level with the people that you love. Use it for your health. Because once you can create more of a balance on all of those subjects, things are going to really start looking up. And I think October will really, you'll start to get a lot of karmic gifts in October if you can transcend some of these more difficult energies. Anyway, Capricorn, it's been a great reading. And if you'd like to check out the description box below, I would love for you guys to go and look at my Etsy shop. And I hope that you at least enjoy the aesthetic, if nothing else. And I will see you guys for October readings. Have a great September. Bye.